Ibrahima Balde, as well as our newspaper review guest, Mr. Ade Durami. And it's been a while since I've been here. I think
it's been a very long time.
Very, very, extremely long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, it's always good to be back.
Because,
so, yeah.
You went abroad?
Yeah, for 2 weeks, and then
you
went for trek. So, yeah, it's been just...
It's been a while.
It's been a while, so it's good to be back.
This is the only program where the guest speaks before the co-host.
Yeah, because the co-host is busy watching.
Because the co-host is drinking coffee.
So I don't want you to choke on your coffee.
No, the type of guest we have on this platform.
He doesn't want you to choke. Yeah, so he just has to step in on your behalf. But anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. It's always good. And then, how was your weekend, Mr. Ade and Ibrahim? To start with you, then Ibrahim, how was your weekend?
No, I'm just trying to, pull Mr. Ade's legs again. You know, I like doing this on the program.
But how was your weekend?
You know?
No, I'm giving you the honor. How was your weekend?
No, that's a good weekend.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoyed my weekend, you know. Always at home.
Yeah.
You know, for me, I don't go out weekends. I'm always at home, spend time with the whole family, you know, cook some good food, take your attire. That's what we do the whole weekend.
Cool. Nice. Well, I don't have much of a weekend. I was here on Saturday, left late, and I'm telling you, if anybody had to endure what I had to endure, I dropped off our colleague, Lolly. Imagine, I left here at 9:30 Saturday evening, normally half an hour be home. I got home at 11:10.
Wow.
That's on Saturday?
On Saturday. Traffic near Sukuta traffic lights. And we were 4 abreast. And as well as being 4 abreast, you had people going against the traffic. So effectively we were 5 abreast. And of course that causes confusion.
Yeah.
Nobody respects the order. So it took me, I couldn't believe it. It took me that long to get, so I was very angry. And yesterday I just chilled.
I wanted to comment on that. I mean, Mr. Ade, the Sukuta traffic light, I mean, from Sukuta to that roundabout, it's very confusing.
It's confusing.
If you are not a careful driver, you will definitely, you know, have a great problem, because some cars are coming from Brusubi before you connect to the other area. It's very risky.
But this is it. So for most of the time they have the police there. But what they've tried to do is, going from Sukuta, just before you get to the traffic lights, they've tried to narrow it to regulate the traffic so that only one car at a time can pass a particular point. But that's what causes the confusion. But you will have about 5 cars, nobody wanting to give way to the other, and just total chaos. And then on Sunday I watched some of the Women's World Cup, just so that we can do some reports here on QTV. And today history may be made in a few minutes time, because Morocco take to the pitch against Germany, and it will be the first time that a woman wearing the hijab plays in the Women's World Cup, representing Morocco.
Isn't that amazing, wearing the hijab? You know, the fact that just we're smashing patriarchy.
Yeah, well, very much so. And it's good. And of course, it's made headlines across the world, because everybody's watching to see. She's a very good player.
And
anyway,
I think the same happened with, there was a year it happened with the Olympics as well.
Probably.
Yeah, I can remember something like that, where we have women in.
Morocco are a very good team, but they are ranked 73. And Germany are ranked 2 in the world, so could be quite a tough match for them.
Yeah, could be.
I'll be watching that after this program.
Yeah, and I'm happy that the news team is giving some sort of prominence to, maybe Mamadou Gajaga can also do more when it comes to women's football, because I think really it's all about men's football most of the time.
Well, this is it, and that's why I've been watching the whole competition.
Yeah, to be
able to report on it, and also inspire women who want to take up the sport, because now you have women being transferred for $1 million fees, something that would have been unthinkable a few years ago. So they can make a career of it.
They can.
And it's good for the health as well if you do sport.
It's just a matter of, focusing and putting some extra effort in promoting, women football. I think I've seen also very good women footballers. The other time when I watched Brazil playing football, they were like men playing that type of game.
Don't say that.
But I guess he means in the sense that we're used to seeing men playing at that level. But also,
I'm just teasing him.
The world ranked #1 team is actually the United States of America. And they've won this World Cup twice. And if they win it again, it will be 3 in a row. So they're very much the team to beat. But you're saying about putting focus and also putting resources into it. The Jamaican women have been complaining because they drew yesterday and against France. France are ranked 3 in the world.
Nice.
And they were expected to get thrashed.
Yeah.
And it ended 0-0.
Yeah, so you never know.
You never know.
Yeah.
And so they were celebrating as if they'd won.
Yeah.
And rightly so. Rightly so. They put on a great performance.
That's good. And also teams change as we go.
Yeah,
but Ibrahima, do you want to take us through our African proverb?
Yes, it reads, the only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing. The only true wisdom is knowing you know nothing.
Nice.
Well, this
can also connect, he who knows and make himself he knows not.
Well, this connects very much with
fool.
my kind of belief that, you know, you try and learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Never pretend that you know everything, because that's dangerous.
Yeah.
And even if you reach a certain point in your life or your career, always be willing to learn, you know, and be willing to learn from others. So
No man is an island.
Yeah, I think this is very true. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. You know, for example, with doctors, when you study general medicine, you have to like do your specialization in different areas. Even though you did general medicine, that's just general, but you still have to like take your time. Do you want to be a pediatric specialist, surgery or whatever? You have to like go and do these things. So I think the same thing should actually like apply to other professions as well,
in any profession.
Where you know that in a profession you cannot be generally like an all-rounder. You sometimes have to take your time to like understand certain things. Sometimes you see journalists who actually go and learn the law so that they can, you know, kind of specialize on that, you know, environment. Obviously, it's good to just be an all-rounder when it comes to these things, but it's also important that people kind of bring in that specialization touch, you know, maybe have a niche or something. I think it is very important, but generally, you know, it's always good to learn every single time.
Well, that's right.
And also, when you know, you know, don't say you don't know. Be willing to share, so that at least somebody is also able to know that there's someone that knows, and that's this person
There's
can
a
maybe
form
mentor
of simple
me.
saying which is, he who knows and make himself he knows not is a fool.
So, Mr. Ade, this guy is on this program interrupting people still. I thought you changed.
No, that would then it wouldn't be Balde, would it?
It wouldn't be Balde, right?
I mean, consistency is very
It's
important.
key, right?
No matter what you
Consistent
do,
is the key.
Be consistent.
Oh, wow,
Mr. Ade.
amazing.
So he will be consistently interrupted.
Consistently, but anyway,
Get used
accept
to
it. No problem. No, I don't have a problem with it. So, what's your take on the proverb? Tell us.
Yeah, you mean Balde?
Yeah, Balde.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a very true proverb. I mean, if you make yourself, you know nothing, you got to learn more.
Yeah. Sure.
I mean, sometimes where your knowledge stops, that's where someone's knowledge begins.
True.
There are things that, you know, people can tell you that you've never known before. So
That's
it's
true.
important, even if you know, don't brag too much, you know. I mean, knowing too much can lead you into, things that you did not expect. Some people, they have better knowledge than you, even if you know. I mean, maybe you know a particular thing, but someone knows that thing better than you.
Yeah.
How to play around that thing. So I think it's a good
No, I think it's an excellent
Yeah.
proverb, and I agree with what both of you have said. You know, I think there's something to be gained by always being willing to learn.
Sure.
And like I said, even if somebody, you know, when I used to go and give talks, and they used to say, "Oh, we're going to introduce you as an expert on African history." I used to say no. Just say
I'm learning too.
I'm learning every day. So
yeah.
just say I'm here to talk about African history or whatever. Don't say I hate the term expert. You know, and I think the minute you start thinking that you're an expert, it means you probably think, oh, I don't need to learn anymore. And I never want to be in that
and
position.
I'm so happy about the trend that Gambian youth are actually taking. You see Gambian youth now having double masters, you know, double everything, because it means that there's this mindset of continuing to learn, that sense of continuity, that you feel like learning does not stop, you have to like keep on continuing. And I see that trend kind of like fashion in Gambia now, because most of the time, wherever you know, you just go on social media and see, oh, I got my double masters, you know, so you're like, this is a good thing, because
it's a good thing if they use it.
Well, yes.
You know, learning for the sake of learning is not, you know, if you're going to apply it, then yes, let them apply it. And let the country benefit from that.
Which I agree with. But obviously certain fields where you obviously have to apply. So we'll just go for a short break, and then when we come back, we'll head right on to discussing, you know, current issues, current affairs, things happening in the economy here and there. And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Did you find any newspapers?
So, yes, I think we'll still continue the conversation.
Okay.
I mean, let's start with the, last week we invited the president of the University School of Education, EDUSA. They were here on a nationwide tour. I mean, when they came back from their nationwide tour.
Yeah, so Ibrahima, we'll just go for a short break. We just had a little issue there, so we'll just go for a short break and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform.
We apologize for that interruption there. So welcome back. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. So yes, Ibrahima, before we went for the break, you were talking about how EDUSA came on the show and they had something innovative to offer. Exactly.
So, I mean, like I was saying, I mean, they had a very important nationwide tour. I mean, the president was here with his Secretary General. Right. He said, okay, now we want to change the way people, you know, do their learnings. I mean, before in school, you will teach a student, this is a microscope. I mean, these are the components of a microscope. But at the end of the time, if that student graduates, the student doesn't even know how to operate that microscope. Right. So it's important for us to go deep into that, so that when you are teaching a student, this is a microscope, it doesn't also, it's not only limited to the book, but the student will go to an extent of knowing how to operate that microscope. So these are some of the things that they went up for. I think it's important.
So generally, when it comes to that, I think the solution, because, you know, sometimes we have to be like realistic about things. You know, just on that day, I went to Alberta, you know, up country, and I saw the condition of schools. Right. You know, they do not even have fans. These people, they are learning in very harsh conditions. Sure. Because obviously we see the temperature here now, and then obviously the temperature over there is even worse. Sure. And they're learning in those conditions. You know, just the environment and stuff is not looking good. So based on that, how realistic is having something like that introduced? So for me, personally, I think that some of these areas that students can learn should kind of be like tailor-made, whereby, for example, they introduce civic, there's a course, now they have like a social sciences in certain schools where the child is like focusing on social sciences at that age. So for me, it has to be like something specific at that time, based on maybe the learning skills of the child and based on assessment. Sure. Which is being used in other countries, learning skills, you know, based on what they have, then they can use that to say, okay, this is where this person fits, and based on what the child likes. But to generally say they have to take everybody through that, you know, most of the time
it's a difficult one, because
it's a difficult one.
For education, if you have big class sizes,
60 people in a class,
you can't then start tailoring the lessons to individual students, unfortunately.
Yes.
But that aside, there's an architect called Francis Kere. I think he's from Niger. And he has designed some unbelievable school buildings that have been built in his country to make learning conducive. Right. And they're mud bricks, but they're stunning. And now people are saying these should be copied across African countries. I have a book upstairs which has copies of these buildings. And because it lets in the air, and so it is they don't even need fans.
Nice.
Because of the way they're built. And Niger is as hot or hotter than the Gambia.
That's good.
And, you know, and they've built them, and it makes the learning environment conducive. And they've been now for about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years now. They've been built, and all the reports, feedback has been that it's been very, very positive. So, you know, you need a kind of conducive environment to begin with. You know,
that's what I'm trying to tell Balde here.
Yeah, and then of course you can bring
those
you know, different forms of learning and so on. And again, we found that during COVID when we were doing the broadcasts. Yeah. You know, TV, radio. it was new to us.
Yeah.
And so we were learning, and we hope we learned some lessons about what to do and what not to do.
Yeah.
But, you know, if these innovative things are going to help, then of course let's welcome them. But let's see. And just because it works in another country
doesn't mean. And also, I just want to say something. Most of the like when we come up with these ideas, we also have to be realistic. It does not just mean, oh, it's a brilliant idea working in another country. You have to do the research in your country to see what is also applicable, like you said. Because before you go on to those things, then do the kids even have water? Like, they are smaller elements that we can actually look at, and when those things are proper, even with the education system that we are not happy about, might actually even work. Because maybe there are even other factors, reasons why this is not even working, you know, based on the
well, I can remember there was a story last week on QTV, Mr. Ade. That's the Rotary Club of Banjul, donated 2 toilet blocks to the school in is it the Fajara Barracks?
Yes.
Yeah, so like 500 students were using only 2 toilets.
Yes.
I mean, I think, you know, we also need to work on that.
Yeah.
Like you said, you know, if we have this, it's good, but we have to be realistic.
And also, it's good that you brought this, because somebody was like, oh, I don't like the structures of the toilet. I'm like, actually, for a school, this structure is actually even better, because with infections, you know, everybody has something going on, whatever, I don't know, because you were not going to mention to the next person. And also, when people use the toilet, it's not, when they have their infections going on, it's not like they're going to take a sanitizer to wipe it for the next person coming. So it's actually easier to spread infection through these modern toilets. So actually, I think the Rotary Club is actually very smart by coming up with that kind of toilet setup, because it's best for the kids.
Yeah, sure. I totally agree with you. And again, all of this goes into, for you to learn and learn well, the environment has to be conducive. You have to be in a relaxed frame of mind. You don't have to be worrying about the toilet, about where you're sitting, about whether you're hot or too hot or not.
There are schools that have terrible toilets.
But it's good that EDUSA are trying to do something, but let them look at it holistically.
I think generally just, you know, the Gambia, we should just be looking at things holistically. But gentlemen, did you discuss the issue of the National Assembly and you know, their vehicles and how people feel about it? Was that discussed?
That's been discussed ages ago.
Okay. Oh, I've not been here.
You were away
for so long.
You were away.
So I was away. That has been discussed, right?
It's been quite a controversial issue, as you can imagine, because we're talking here about schools not having good toilets, but they will always find money to buy vehicles for National Assembly members, which, you know, it's about priorities, you know, what's more important. So, like I said, it's been discussed at length. So,
so this is something that has been delved into. And also the ferry, you know, recently we see the issues happening here and there, and also now we're talking about the bridge. So people are actually even hopeful, oh, when the bridge comes, we'll not have to go through this anymore, because it's really scary. It actually happened a day after I crossed. So I was like, I was just going to freak out.
And we've engaged the authorities on that, and you know, I think we're interviewing them tomorrow. But we brought them on the program. We brought them on the program. We brought them on the program, and so,
you know, there are a lot of things going on.
It's really, I think it's really worth discussing the issue of the ferries, because, you know, the condition generally is even not looking good, you know, and the capacity as well. Because on that day when I was crossing, it was so full. I was like, is this the capacity? Like, this is wrong. I felt it. I was like, this is not right, because it was a lot of people. Some people did not even have places to sit. But one improvement I also saw in the ferries is the fact that now they have like an announcement thing to say, you know, tell people stuff, how to behave. And, you know, to be careful with their belongings, which I never experienced. So they just introduced it now. So at some point I was like, am I in a flight or something? That's how I felt.
Which is good. So there are improvements and there are things, but like you said there, the thing that always scares me every time I go there is that the sheer number of people who get on.
Too much.
I always wonder, is this at capacity or beyond capacity or whatever? I'd love to know what the capacity should be, but we hope the authorities know what it should be. And but I always wonder when I see it.
And you know, the last time when they came, we talked about lifeguards in the ferry, and they were like, oh, it was never clear. You know, we kind of beat around the bush several times, because the crew members according to the representative, he talked about, oh, it's too small. If a disaster should happen, those people cannot not save anybody.
Well, I can remember there was an incident that happened many years ago, whereby a driver, you know, I think his car, I mean,
I can remember.
Yeah, I think, you know, that was a very tragic incident. It was very serious. Exactly, inside the...
I think it's the owner of Amsterdam.
Something like that. It was very serious. So I think those are incidents that should be avoided. I mean, sometimes what we have in this country is yala moko dogal, you know, but some of these things can be avoided as well. And we also raised the issue of rescue boats. I mean, they should get rescue boats. I mean, some of their navigations are not even working, Mr. Ade. Can you imagine? So I think those things are things that should be addressed. You know,
because it's important. These are important things. They're not just kind of byproducts of things that you have. They're crucial to the running of it, and for people to have a kind of peace of mind when you get on board.
And talking about saving lives, we have 2 minutes to go. We also saw Pura, the regulatory authority, donated IP phones to the fire rescue, Gambia Fire and Rescue Services. Which is a good thing because they have a toll-free number, which is 118. Although I tried calling it and it didn't go through, so I'm like, it should go through, okay? If I was in an emergency, I need the fire and rescue service. And obviously...
But the good thing is, now that they have those phones, because people are asking us, well, IP phones, what do they do? We have them in the office. So they... you have a phone. So if I'm on an IP phone and it's engaged, it either goes to the next person or the next person, or it goes to an answering service. And so there'll be a message there that says, you know, we can't pick up your call right now. Please leave a message. So if it's used properly and in the right way, then it's a very, very good thing. So we just hope. So we even discussed it on the Weekend Review. And I actually said that in case anybody from the Fire and Rescue Service is wondering, just in case they didn't give you the booklet is available free to download in PDF form online. So just type in that particular model and you can download the booklet free. It's about 30 pages.
And I think Pura, because they have their technical team, so I saw them moving around, so I think they'll be installing it for them and obviously explaining to them how they are going to use it. But if it is used well, then I think, you know, the public will be satisfied now with, you know, contacting them and getting them to rescue, you know, lives and property on time. It is maintained as well.
And thumbs up to Pura for doing this as part of their corporate and social responsibility. Well done.
All right, so thank you so much, Mr. Ade, for joining us.
It's
always good to have you here. So up next, we'll be talking about the Cadi courts, and we'll be joined by Imam Usman Jah, and we're talking about what the Cadi courts do, obviously using Sharia to solve problems when it comes to child custody, divorce, inheritance, and the list goes on. So we'll delve into that in depth. Don't go anywhere.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled device. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and I'm here with my amazing co-host Ibrahim Balde, and we're joined by Imam Usman Jah, and we're about to talk about the role of the Cadi courts. So, Imam, ñu ngi la dalal ci programme bi. First of all, Ibrahim, I think it is important that you understand Cadi courts ci seen boppa lan lañ wara def ak fan la seen jurisdiction because nga court bu nekk am na si loo wara yëngu am nga foo wara am na fu beneen court wala jëlee. There are a lot of misconceptions about that.
Because soo gisee ñu invite imam tey dafa amoon waxtaan yu ma amoon ak ay nit si wàllum Cadi courts yi am na luñ ma wax daal man dama jaaxle ndaxte ñu ne ma ne Cadi courts yi am nañ right pour prosecute nit am nañ the right sax pour ne kii dem leen arrest ko ngeen yóbbu ko ngeen detain ko waaw soo léegi dañ bëggoon a xam Cadi courts yi ban connection lañ am ak luwaa bi bañ am doole boobu noonu ndaxte xam nañ ne fine dañ dee ne Gambia isan islamique dañ dee mun a def yeneen yi nga xam ne si sarta islam la waaye nag xam nañ ne Gambia nekkut 100% an islamic state imam so dañ bëggoon rek ñu leeral loolu ñu ngi laa dalal.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. I thank you very much definitely for having concern in the part of the judiciary that is Cadi court. Cadi court has the same powers that the law court has. It is established by the Constitution of the Gambia, 1997 Constitution. Section 137, subsection 4, establishes the Cadi court and Cadi appeals panel. Yes, in the matters of marriage, divorce, and inheritance, and related issues. That is the jurisdiction of Cadi courts. Marriage, divorce, inheritance, and all related issues to these matters. For example, sometimes Cadi courts deal with custody. Custody is not purely among the jurisdiction of Cadi courts, but if it is a related matter, the Cadi courts can deal with it. For example, if a divorce occurred before the court between two couples with children, the Cadi court should not silent about the care of these children. Before they go, the Cadi court should decide who takes care of these children under the custody of the children under who of the parties. Then the Cadi court will order the father to give the maintenance, food, shelter, and so on. So, but the main jurisdiction is marriage, divorce, and inheritance.
So Balde said that his concern was about if the Cadi court can order for somebody to be prosecuted
of course,
or
yes,
detained, and in what instances normally?
In case of how to call it, contempt.
Okay.
In case of contempt, the Cadi has the power to give order to arrest the person and even to put him in remand him. Because, for example, if the order of the Cadi court is for the father to give child support and maintenance, and he refused to do so, for example. If you bring your complaint to the court has the right to force him to do so or to put him in how to call it. Yes. And inside or within the proceedings also, if you contempt the court also, the court can arrest you and put you in.
Wow, why Imam hit na ñu olofal tuuti rek su ko defee nit ñi gën a mën a understand.
Well, maybe my English is not it's not reaching everybody. Anyway,
yow imam yow sa English baa ngi na baax.
You are speaking King's English.
Wow, yow daal
waaye man laanu ma ko
King's English la nekk.
man dama dóor rek man laanu ma man
waaye baax na de.
Anyway, li ma wax mooy Cadi court seen jurisdiction mooy sëy fase ak li ñoo tuddee doona mooy inheritance. Su fekkee ne benn ci dafa am issue bu relate ak moom duhut seen pure jurisdiction waaye Cadi court mun naa deal with it. For example, gift soo doon miiras tey am ku wax ne man de property sàngam suma papa man la ko mayoon wala jigéen ji ne suma jëkkër man la ko mayoon. xam nga loolu gift la.
Waaw.
ok waaye dafa relate ak estate disease bi. so Cadi court bi li mu war a def mooy dina investigate ndax sa allegation boobu ne dañ la may ndax dëgg la wala du dëgg. su fekkee mun ngaa indi kayit yu wóor. yoo xam ne is officiel. ne may gi wér na. Cadi court dina def li ci yoon def su fekkee kiñ may. duhut kuy doon Cadi court dina ko nangu waaye du nangu ñu may la lu ëpp 1/3 of the estate. diine mayehut nga may ku dul doon na lu ëpp 1/3 of your total estate. ok su fekkee ki nga ko may moom itam kuy doon na la Cadi court daf de l'islam dafa tere lool. kuy doon na duñ ko may. xanaa bi nga dunda nga may sa alal ku la neex mun nga ko waaye may boo xam ne du mun a taxaw lu dul nga borom dee loolu Cadi court daf koy tere wala islam daf ko tere. ndax loolu dafa niroog bequeath dafa niroog will. will la moo niroot may boobu ndax may su fekkee ne du mun a take place maanaam duñ ko mun a execute. lu dul bu borom deexee. loolu nekkatul may loolu will la
so boromam daf ko war a def balaa moo génn àdduna.
waaw soo ko mayee ñu transact papers yi yëpp. process ko ba mut. ci jamono bi ngay dunda. may boobu kenn Cadi court mënu koo dajji. waaye su fekkee may bi processuñ ko. ba mut Cadi court mun na ko dajji. waaw so bon boobu related issue la. likewise. li ñoo tuddee custody duhut pure jurisdiction yi Cadi court waaye su nekkee related issue Cadi court dafa jaadu pour mu wax ci dara. for example ñaari couple dañoo tàggoo fase mi mu ngi amee before the court. court bi laajte am ngeen njaboot. yes ñaata mooy seen at ñu ne nangam ak nangam ak nangam ñu gis ne ñii ay xale lañ. te xale seconde bu ne dañoo war a am loxo buñ nekk ak ku leen di care. soo du sëy bi du tas rek ñu dem noonu. xale yi kan moo responsible. foo Cadi court dana dogal ne ok xale so for example xale bi nga xam ne góor la wala jigéen yëpp koo ci xam ne wala góor feeg paasewul 7 years. dafa nekk onda yaayam. custody bi yaayam. jigéen ba moo sëyee dafa nekk onda custody yaayam. waaye góor su fekkee ne passé na 7 years mën naa nekk under custody papaam. waaye fu mu ci munti nekk Cadi bi war naa sas baay ji. ne yow yaa leen di dëkkal. te it yaa leen di dundal. yaay fay seen school fees yaa leen di faj everything yaa leen koy defal. so di nga gis ne duhut ne issue la bu nekk ci purely belong to the jurisdiction of Cadi waaye it's a related issue boo xam ne raayiti xale bi waruñ cee noppi so yooyu moom la waaye purely constitution bi moom ñetta yi ñoom la wax
time bi moom bariwul torop waaye ma bëgg a xam ndax Cadi courts ndax xam nga Gambian si dañ dee faral a wax ne bëgguñ yëfi court xam nga duñ dee problème yéenay dañ dee ne rek xaaral ñu solve ko nii ak duñ dee nangoo dem si court yi so ma xam da bëgg a xam ndax Gambian si da am nañ confidence bi pour dee faral a dem si Cadi court ba pare si kaw loolu tamit gis nañ ne Cadi court su defee ruling am ba pare nit am na right pour yóbbu ko to the high court wax high court bi ne man agriwu ma xëj na ak Cadi bi ñoom seen ruling buñ def ndax loolu tamit da ngeen dee faral a am loolu lu bari
Cadi court ñaari stages la am lower court ak court of appeal su fekkee dañ la ruulal ci lower court benn parti gërëmut dafa dissatisfied mun na ko yóbbu ci court of appeal mooy bi nekk ci high court mooy Cadi court of appeal wala ñu tuddee ko Cadi panels appeal panel Cadi appeal panel waaye foofu nag suñ ruulee suñ defee judgment that's the end
moom mooy final
mënatuloo ko yóbbu fenn unless mu nekk dispute ci ownership su fekkee dispute ci ownership la borom su ko neexee mu yóbbu ko ci ci beneen court ci law court pour ne lii nekkul jurisdiction yi Cadi court
pour mu détermine
pour mu détermine ci yow soo gisee noonu waaye su fekkee ne lépp dafa nekk ci jurisdiction u Cadi court sañu loo xa dem beneen court boo demee dinañ la wëññi dootoo
waaye nit ñi dañ dee ñëw Cadi ko
bu baax léegi bu njëkka nit ñi dañ daan naan waaw dem ci court nangam ak naam waaye léegi nit ñi xam nañ ne seen problème kenn mënu koo solve lu dul Cadi court su ma la waxee fi ne ñaata case mooy nekk ci Cadi court loo court yëpp ñoo leen ëppale case li ñu amee ci case kenn amul lu
mbaa doo leen dee adjoint yu bëri
forcé mu nekk because da ngay gis tey man ngaa suba ba wàcce jot case bu jeex rek beneen mu ngi ñëw nii la suba ba wàcce jot su ko defee case boo xam ne def nga hearing mun koo jeexal baax na su fekkee mënuloo koo jeexal because yaa ngi joxoon A ba Z ne leen tey dañoo war a ñëw kon bii liñ ci mun a déglu tey liñ ci mun ta déglu ñu adjoint ko mu dem ci beneen dee wala ci during proceedings yi mu am interaction dégg sax nag boo xam ne tax nañu war ko adjoint lawyer bi ñëwut for example because lawyer yi dem ci law court yi dañuy ñëw ci suñ lawyer ci suñ court su fekkee ne yow jàng nga l'islam def nga l'islam su wala nga xam ne am na luñ war a tenda te loolu nekku fi wala witness bu war a nekk
waaw comme normal court bi rek
ñëppay ñëw léegi because fi ne ni ñun liñ am ci case kenn mënatu koo jeexal waaw dafa ji because xam nañ ne Cadi court moom rek kay solution te Cadi court areas yim dee laal jurisdiction am moo gën a wide ni ki
social issues
social issues
waaw léegi
especially inheritance waaw dafa yaatu lool ba tax na fi ne inheritance forcé ñuy ñëw ci Cadi court ndax su fekkee ne disease bi dafa bàyyi asset bi dafa nekk ci turi disease bi kenn mënut a transfer ownership gi mu dem ci inheritance yi lu dul ne yoon moo ko dogal ne diw dee na nangam bi moomoon léegi diwa ko moom feeg defuñ loolu duñ mun a transfer ownership gi loolu moo tax forcé rek ñu dem ci Cadi court waaw mooy di solution
waaye naka capacities of ñi nga xamante ne ñoo nekk si Cadi court si seen capacities
just like capacities of ñu nekk ci yeneen court yi rek mooy ñi ñoo tuddee magistrate waaw nit ñu jàng la ñuy doon am xam-xam ci loolu jàng rules and regulations everything ba pare ñuy jëfandikoo the same rules yi nga xam ne moom la yeneen court yi di jëfandikoo proceedings yi soo ñëwoon ci Cadi court nga toog di daf dee baax nag yéen itam léeg-léeg nga ñëw toog ci Cadi court wala court of appeal nga seet proceedings yi ni muy demee da nga gis ne macha allahu taala is perfect lawyers yi nga xam ne ñooy dem fële ñooy ñëw ñun ci suñ court yi ñuy jëflanteeg ñoom fa tabarakallah am na Gambia dem na ci kanam too much ci wàllu luwaahi sharia xam nga Gambia soo ko seetee constitution bi ñetti loi moo fa ne dafa am law court am Cadi court am lu ñoo tuddee district tribunals waaw mooy courti aada waaw waaye su fekkee ne district tribunal dafa decide a case mu am parti boo xam ne dafa dissatisfy mun ngaa appeal waaye bu boobaa yaa ngi ko yóbbu ci Cadi court dégg sax doo ko yóbbu ci Cadi court wala Cadi court of appeal nga koy yóbbu waaw maanaam Cadi court of appeal ñaari litigant la ñuy uyu wala ñaari complainant la ñuy jël mooy bi jógee ci Cadi lower court ak bi jógee ci district tribunal boobu mu ngi dem ci Cadi appeal court yooyu lañ dee issues yooyu
waaw waaye sax man laajte naa affaire capacity ma remember ne hostoon nañ fi benn PhD holder I can't remember his name remember him
lépp lu nekk ci ñeneen ñi ñu ngi ci Cadi
so they're doing really well
su fekkee tam li ngeen doon laaj ci mbiri Cadi bi dooleem ndax mun nañ la arrest dem jëli la dugal su fekkee ne tey issue bi nekk ci court yow witness nga wala party nga boo xam ne feeg ñëwuloo court bi du mën a def liggéeyam soo bañee ñëw sañ nañ la forcer nga ñëw yes su fekkee na party nga boo xam ne ci court bi waaye soo ñëwutit du tere court bi mun naa proceed ba mën a def joñ menam kon yow yaa tànn pour loolu yaa choose pour nga ñàkk a ñëw soo court bi dina continuer liggéey léegi su fekkee ne itam da nga contempt da nga def contempt of court for example nit ki parent bi court bi daf ko sas ne ko nay dundal children am mu bañ wala daf ko wax ne ko na dëkkal jabaram mu bañ court bi am na doole pour arrest la su fekkee ne tam dañoo ci biir court bi da nga contempt court wax am noo defee wala am noo waxee court bi woon la nga continuer façon yu demee noonu dañ laa jàpp ñu dem dugal la remand
waaw léegi imam gis naa ne
di seen doole bi
waaw depuis buñ fi toogee léegi nañ ko try ñu jëlee ko beneen angle buñ toogee fii ñu ngi point out to dafa mel ni ñoo point out to góor bi rek understand nga léegi comme ni tey jeena ba ok mu ñaan ma baat ma ne ko ne duma la ko
da ngeen sëy
waaw suma jabar la di imam yow xamuloo ko
waaye imam mu ne ku ma war a takka da ngaa dem si moom mu seet sa mbir waaw te yow demanguloo wax ak imam waxanguloo ak imam
yow sa sëy bi validul
imam su la gisul rek
léegi tey bu ñëwoon mu ne ma may ma baat mu yóbbu ma Cadi ma ne ko ne non duma ko may baat Cadi bi lan la si am ban doole la si am
xam nga jigéen dëgg sa l'islam doole jim jox góor moom la jox jigéen waaye jigéen ñi dafa jar ñu sensitise leen ñu xam liñ moom réew mi sax in general for example human right ak yile yëpp l'islam moo ci jiitu ñëpp góor moo am doole saa yu ko neexee mu ne jabaram fase naa la li taxoon l'islam tëralee ko noonu mooy góor mooy ki xooloon ki ko neex ba pare moom moo jëloon alalam dugal fa soo fooguñ ne ndem mu ngi ànd ak xelam du nangoo ñàkk alalam noonu rek ci caaxaan moo tax ñu joxoon ko doole pour su ko neexee mu ne fase naa la jigéen itam su fekkee dafa ànd ak borom këram te ni mu àndeek moom defe ne li baaxul du koy dundal wala daf koy dóor daf koy saaga wala yu demee noonu mu ne jëkkëram fase ma jëkkëram bañ sañ na mu seet daawari bi mu ko takkee woon 5000 wala nangam ñëw jox ko ne ko sa daawari ngoog man free na te boobu soo ko jëlee su boobaa ndaw si free na te boobu sax du edda bi nga xam ne mooy edda fase boobu summeeku la borom dafa jigéen am na loolu doole waaye lii xew léegi mooy góor ñi na ma yàlla baalal daf ci bëri ñuy def yëfi caay-caay dañuy tooco seen jabar par exemple tooco la ba nga bugg a dee jabar ji dootu mun a muñ ne la fase ma nga ne duma la fase toppala nga jox ko du ko jël nga jox ko summeeku du ko jël waaw so nga naan ko demal soo buggee tas demal xam nga fi ngay dem ba tas pour moom mu yóbbu la koon te jigéen ñi dañoo bëri jom bëri lu ñuy daw ndeysaan mun ngaa toog 2 years di muñ rek di bugg a dem ngir doo bugg a dem taxaw ci koor bi waaye at the end of the day su fekkee dem nga koor ne man dama bugg a suma sëy bi tas laa suma jëkkër daf ma bana fase dañ koy wax ñu samoon jëkkër ñëw su ko dee mu taxaw ne man de dama bugga suma sëy tas Cadi ko dana ko laaj lu tax nga bugga sa sëy tas because kii daf ma dee dóor because kii du ma dee dundal because kii du ma dee dëkkal because kii du ko suñ demee ba def investigation ba xam ne kii li wax yëpp dëgg la am na mën na ko proof léegi dootul summeekooti dootul fayati dara Cadi moo koy tas te duñ la delloo daal sometimes sax dañ laa fine yow jëkkër yi lu taxoon nga di ko su fekkee ne tey dafa am période boo xam ne joxoo ko ci dépense ñu def investigation ba mu wér ne
ñu calculer loolu
joxoñ ko danañ ko calculer ba pare fay
ñu jox ko
nga fay ko
waaw ah imam lii de neex naa
non léegi dafa neex
dafa important sa ñu wax li nit ñi xam nit ñaa ngi muñ si kër yi de imam
islam dafa jox doole jigéen
aha kañ
of course
nit ñaa ko xamut rek
waaw doole jim ko joxut ko sax góor
waaw waaye imam dafa mel ni time moom jeex na te imam tontu bi nga tontu kii neex na ma trop déedéet foofu jeex na imam time amul
tontuwul ma
waaye imam it's very good ne nga dugga si li nga wax nii because dafa important ñu toog si kër yi te ñu bugg a ñaan seen baat mais yuñ leen ko dafa bari te waruñ léegi amul one or two things jigéen soo gisee mu ñaan baatam dafa am lu tax
soo ñaanee baat te gisuñ ne am nga reason su boobaa code bi daf laa bileem nag ne la yow tam
waaye imam ku bugg a tam buga
xam naa waaye il dafa tas de
waaw
su eboo amuloo benn reason
waaw
man daal maa ko bëggoon
buggatuma ko
deful ma dara ku baax la waaye maa bëggoon buggatuma
waaw
dafa tas li nga bëgg waaye dañ laa wax ne kon nga summeeku
nga delloo xaalis
waaw dangaa delloo sa can
kon daal kuy fee taka daal imam kon na lettelu em
loolu mooy différence moo gën de
lette leen lu em
delloo ma ko ma use ko ma dem
man daal dama lettelu em man to be on the safer side su ko defee booy delloo mu yomba
xam naa ne dinañ am spécial programme boo xam ne dañoo
waaw parce que time moom jeex na tak fi mu nekk ni waaw imam jërëjëf waaw thank you so much we will just go for a short break and when we come back the show continues don't go anywhere Imam jërëjëf waay.
Motor showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system, reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-22-222 or 353-4444.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Aji Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Aji Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Aji Bank, your investment partner. You asked for it, and QCell is giving it to you with our new and improved Sunyu Bundle Mega Promo. Now you can get more data at cheaper prices. Buy any of our bundle packages and enjoy massive discounts. Dial *303# and enjoy browsing on the network with the biggest coverage. Buy a 20 megabytes data bundle for as low as $7 and 50 bottles today, or purchase bigger bundles up to 20 gigabytes. Yes, that's right, 20 gigabytes of data at your fingertips. With our mega promo bundles, you can browse more, chat longer, and stay connected on the go, anytime, anywhere. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate, orders follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And today we have a very, very special guest. extremely special. And somebody that, you know, people like us grew up looking up to, you know, time bobo no Sudan prison news. We're like, oh, she's so beautiful, you know, so calm. And yes, so it's so good that you're here with us today. We are so excited to have you. And it's Auntie Fatou Sane Cisse. It's really good that you're here. And very interesting topic, which has to do with care for reproductive health. And I think it's very important. It's like a continuation from where Imam stopped. So Auntie Fatou, hamna dinañ ko def in the local language. So ko defé ñu mëna reach suñ yaay nga xamné ñoñu la ñoo pare pour reach, because the reproductive health mom dafa nekk loo xam ne it affects everybody. So to start with, ñu bëgg a xam rek, why care for reproductive health?
Okay, jërëjëf kontaan naa trop pour ñu seen plateforme bi fii ba pare di gërëm Tunkara for the initiative. Man la Fatou Sane Cisse comme ni nga ko waxee ak sa host bi co-host bi maa ngi wax alhamdulillah rabbil alamin. Care for reproductive health organisation la boo xam ne man maa ko initiate waaye dama am ñu ma nekk di liggéeyal. The reason why ma def lo parce que spend now almost more than 25 years of suma liggéey suma career di produce programs yoo xam ne especially nga xam ne ñu ngi focus on health issues te reproductive health nekk na loo xam ne I'm so passionate about it. Dama dee wax ma ne I'm not a doctor, I'm not a health expert, I'm just a mother and a concerned media personnel ko xam ne is so much interested about health issues because xam naa ne man jigéen la. I know how it is when it comes to discussions revolving around reproductive health, especially our sexual life. Ba pare man maa ngi jógee si traditional society boo xam ne is a Mandinka society. The moment you tell your mom that you've started seeing your period, you'll start receiving series of warning letters from them. So you see, so dinga tolu for hamna, you not even like to talk about it. Man, can you imagine my first day when I saw my period? Maragal pro waxtana suma yaay. You know what I did? Madam manusuma papa ne, I need money. Munama pour lal monoko. I just want to buy something. Straight Muhamne Lola. So because mangi ragal ne suma wahe every time, you know, he'll be warning me. Be careful, moitula. Lo hamne de nekadidem. So mane okay. So after woman started delegacy TVB, and I said, okay, you know what? I really need to raise awareness in terms of reproductive health. This is an area Bohamne is very sensitive. People don't like to talk about it. And if reproductive health is affected, life is affected. I agree. Do you understand? Because when you at school, we'll say, okay, reproduction, what 7 characteristics. We'll talk about reproduction, giving life, giving offspring. So organs you're responsible for this. It's always important. When you buy health, you topotoko, you raise awareness. But it's not only about raising awareness. Dina dimbele your individual be to cut cost. Right. State be. Society be, you know, everything. Therefore, involve a lot. So its membership comprises of media professionals. We focused more on health advocacy and communications to uplift the lives of the vulnerable. So, okay, you know what? It should go beyond the confines of, you know, where I work, the platforms. So I should try and raise awareness on this issue, which is very critical because Dingagisne is the reality. Jenaba. Most of the young people are sexually active. Very active. Very. And, you know, put that adequate information because they don't like to talk about. Even makisa, purunga watana nyum afiri hejna common vaginal discharge nga amne. It's normal for every woman. Like I said, I'm not a health expert.
But you
based
learned
on my experience,
the job.
Okay, so dingagisne. Dinga gis jigen bu nekk dinga di am discharge. That's normal. That's normal. Why so discharge bi demé be nekk di am head di la laka so seben ba pare dina am jigen yo xamne after my program they will call and said man duma de mëna am time ak suma jikel because daf ma de meeting. So because they don't want to go to the hospital, they don't want to talk to their husbands, and then at the end of the day so góor gi ñëwé you have to force yourself to please him, which is not right. It's not fair. So they should learn more about their sexual life, which is very crucial.
It's very significant, and it's dafa wara nek responsibility góor bi ak jigen.
Exactly.
ñu mëna jappalante. Because at the end of the time sa jabar if she goes through that, obviously your time you are going to feel it. So it's important for cooperation, to talk about it.
Exactly.
And also,
that brings me
to find solutions.
Yeah. So Bubusa push number to another issue, that is infertility in both men and women. Lo hamne, it's sometimes if women are unable to bear children or consistent abortions, so most of the time blame it of them sinyom. So basically, care for reproductive health, them beyond, expand. You know, not staying at the studios or in the studios or somewhere else. Reach out to the community, create the safe platform where people can come and have direct interface with health experts. Because Bodeme Hospital, we all know how our clinics are so busy, hospitals are so busy. So Dr. Buneka wara nyonela, okay, yo, sali, li ugly, amu time bi.
Wow.
Quick fix la kodewa.
Quick fix.
It's always quick fix. You diagnose la treat la ngadem. But what is more important? Prevention is better than cure.
Right.
And that prevention is all about information.
Right.
And you realize that 21st century development and leadership is about effective communication.
Right. Well,
okay.
So mabuga tamit ham because kis na be na program being end with the students.
Okay.
So mabuga hamda dinga duga sulolu legi.
Okay.
Why bala lol mabuga na hamda plan gen tampur engage parents. Because according to experts in ñom dañ dene hanga suñ naré tok wax ak parents introduce contraceptives ci ñom suñ démé ba realize na sen domi ñu ngi active pour hejna because lo xamné xewna ba paré la lay nekk te su ko dem defi du la ko wax so experts yi wona nañ né xalé bi su biiré ba paré ci lañ dé délu waat ci ñom ne len dimbalé ma ci contraceptive pour suma dom bi fekk already the damage has been done waaye fekk hejna wonon nañ la previous dana la oh ki dafa active dosi mundara at some point because li hew na this is an option binga wara muna use so how many parents tamit ding len engage ci lolu ak the use of contraceptives tamit.
Of course, care for reproductive health so in target B is for all ages. Okay. Is prioritizing reproductive health for all. Whether your special needs or disabilities, women and children, is for everyone. Because health education don't limit to a particular group of people. Because so them is family, I'm ga mak, I'm ga halal, I'm ga could disable or anybody. So we are going to do it as a comprehensive approach. Bo hamne ñepp la ñoo target. So obviously, biñ def ni recently, dama target special needs. Special needs mooy ñoo hamne nit lañ comme ñun. Wow. But because comme li ma dee wax nek all children regardless of their circumstances they should all have equal access to their rights. Understand? So ñi ñoo xamne ne daf dee difficult pour ñu dégga ñene gisuñ. So imaginal koo xamne du dee gis. So kooku wara go through mensuration. So programme bi ñu def nii mooy dama leen doon dama facilitate interface ñoom ak health experts yi pour ñu wax leen what is puberty. Puberty mooy su jigéen bi starté ak góor gi start di gis wécceeku si yaramam. Understand nga so ba pare ñu wax about menstrual management ni ñoo contrôler manager seen menstruation bi maanaam food bi pour jigéen yi ba pare ak ba pare ñu discuss about gender based violence loo xam ne ñii vulnerable lañ ku dul gis ak kuy gis doole mun a toolaale su ñëwee si affaire protection xam nga yow boo séenee dara mun ngaa daw def waaye ku gisul moom naka la moo mun a dawee su kenn bëgg a ko ñëw egg si koom or anything kii gis mooy teel a dem escape daan ku dul gis so lii nekk na loo xam ne dañ ko fa discuss because during this session forum bi ma organise nii for these young people am na xale bu fa nekk koo xam ne def la du dee dégga mu ne toog na 3 months gisu period am so di nga gis ne mu ne mënut a dem si lopitaan bi parce que du am ku ko interpréter. Is it fair on her side? So they all have equal rights. Ba pare doctors yi ñu ngi strongly recommend the inclusion of sign language orientation and education in all health public spaces. Wow, health spaces yi daal dañ leen war a kéetal fu lopitaan buñ dem sign language war nañu am ku fa nekk ku ko interprète waaw parce que ñoom am nañ right soo xale bu toog si kër gi noonu 3 months gisul period am fan la ko waxee léegi sa ñoom seen boppa dañ dee am problème ak seen parents yi pour ñu discuss seen yëfi health seen menstruation because communication bi nekku fa parent bi understand with sign language so seen teachers yi ñoo leen dee faciliter ndax teacher bi na fa nekk all the time so what should be done I'm sure the answer is very clear.
It is.
health system be public ak private nañ try ñu encourage promote sign language ba pare ñu dul gis tamit xam nga maa si docteur Babanding Daffé a gynecologist ñoom laa invite ak docteur Jah who is the only urologist in this country. Dr. Babanding spoke to them about menstrual management, how to maintain personal hygiene, which is very important parce que ñoom luñ dee def mooy dañ dee feel waaye duñ dee gis. So naka la ñu shave seen boppa ba pare di change seen party because wane nañ tam ne frequent infection all the time in women can also lead to, can trigger infertility the moment you want to conceive. You know, sometimes because all the time so am infection muy teglante dina am stage boo xam ne pour nga conceive sa daf day nekk a problem.
So how about the issue of contraceptive, because I think UNFPA will be a potential partner obviously.
Yes. We are calling on all stakeholders to come on board. As I said earlier, if reproductive health is affected, life is affected. And the best preventive measure is to raise awareness for people to have a clear understanding of their reproductive system, how it works, and then they'll be able to make informed choices about their sexual life.
So what more should we expect from
right now, what I can do is dina urge parastatals, organizations, communities, let them come on board. Like they organize forums, foray, and different platforms, different places, even the provinces, be everywhere, where we'll invite these experts to have direct interface. The best thing is, swing intention be more to open up dialogue. Xam nga nit ñi discourse wax buñ rus parce que cervical cancer tamit mu ngi affect jigéen yi. So immediately after my program or anytime I have a program on TV, series of phone calls nga day am jigéen yoo xam ne xëy na duñ bëgg ñu ñëw on air openly ñu discuss but the moment behind the scenes they will call and tell you.
Gis nga cervical cancer screening yi nii daf dee am sax waaye xam nga gis nga su amee jigéen ñi duñu because yeneen jigéen ang fa dañ dee when they are sexually active because xam nga it's the scraping of the vaginal wall or something duñ dem because dañoo ne okay kii dafa xam ne man am sexually active so you can see that complex when
so no leen bëgg a break that culture of silence ba pare being stigmatized xam nga doo waxtaane affaire yi sa life and this is real.
It's real and it's happening because góor yi ñoom lifin nañ
góor yi sax ñu ngi def seen comme li ma wax rek our target
waaye jigéen su defee
target bi ñëpp la. Even góor yi sax prostate enlargement bi we'll talk about it. We'll create that avenue, that platform to discuss men immediately so reach a certain age, like let's say 40, we'll encourage all stakeholders to send in some participants or male staff pour ñu ñëw ñu déglu waxtaan. It's basically advocacy platform. We are not service providers. All we do is to use our skills to disseminate information that influences growth and development.
Absolutely.
And obviously when companies, they can use their corporate social responsibility to be able to support something like this. And also when you support Antifatu, the face is already there. It's like you are already investing in so be free advertisement because obviously if she mentions your brand come so invest you see return.
Why is my particular interest more those with special needs? Ni deaf bi ak blind bi dañ leen war a jàppale. maa ngi ñaan ministry education ñu bàyyi xel torop parce que pour ñu am seen docteurs yi or nurses yi nga xam ne dinañ leen train special jaral na leen ko ñu train ñu mun a jàng sign language bi nga xam ne anytime xale jigéen yi war a dem si lopitaan bi o góor yi dinañ am ku leen communicator ou interprète waaye docteur Dia moom dinaa ko gërëm di ko santa parce que moom jël na initiative bi ne from that day dina liaise ak gars yi pour ñu start di include sign language interpretation say clinically. I'm really grateful.
That's really good. But aside from this topic, everybody's like, oh, Antifatu is still young, like she's still
really?
So what's the secret? And still looking beautiful. What's the secret?
Comme li ma wax rek, I'm very passionate about health. Dama dee bàyyi health si lu ma lekk. Waaw ba pare dama dee try ma dox lu bari. Every morning dinaa jël warm water. Ma njëkka naan boobu noonu.
For a start.
Yes.
For
warm up.
So those are the tips for me.
Daf dee wàññi constipation si moom.
Those are the tips for me.
Constipation moom is not good at all. So the mother tries
hot water accuse man, which is not actually even true, guys. No len fog neku fa am yaram taxut ne dañ dey lekk. Some of these things is in the genes. Why do I len faale? But anyway, those are good tips, you know, that people can make good use of. Because, you know, you're still looking beautiful and young from before. Still maintained. But thank you so much. You know, it's good that you and also we have to commend you, you know, because, you know, people when they're in the system when they were younger, the fact that you still remember these things and then you're still creating time with your busy schedule to start a whole organization, because we know how difficult it is to bring in initiatives in the Gambia and run them. Most of the time support is not there.
As well.
It's expensive, you know, so you know, we're calling on all partners to support this very, you know, brilliant initiative.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us. Balde, I'm afraid that is all we have time for.
Okay. Until tomorrow, inshallah.
Waaw waxu loolu bari nag de. Xawma nag
te góor yi dinañ
góor yi wax leen dañ bëgg ngeen wax.
ñoom dinañ discuss. Platform is open.
It's a step in the right direction. Now we are talking about it. Many years ago doo mën a wax affaire sexual life. When you talk about it, swing society bi daf ko téye comme tabou la. We shouldn't talk about it. Léegi nit mën naa ñëw toog mu wax la, you know, lu moo encounter. So I think it's important. Jàppale la rek pour ñu mun ko move di nga gis ne, you know, mu gën a dem kanam su soobee yàlla.
Okay, thank you so much. Kontaan naa torop
jërëjëf. And do not hesitate if you need our support in any way. So that is all. Yes, we are into it, right? But till we come your way tomorrow with another interesting program. Bye for now. Have a great afternoon.